Georgia Felly, what's up, man? USCJ here. It's the top of the morning. It's the top of the morning. Listen, I hope everybody is getting ready to get up, get out, and make some things happen this morning. Listen, I got a couple things on the table that I want to talk about. I want to give you guys an update on Jakeem Stewart, big time out of St. Augustine, Louisiana, New Orleans, Louisiana, to be exact. And you guys know he was at the LSU game. I don't know. I think I might have told you guys earlier this week that he had a couple of announcements that he has to make. I got an idea of what it could possibly be. This is not a guarantee, but I'm just going to give you some information, some intel that I got as it relates to that. Also, I want to talk about Lincoln Riley, how Lincoln Riley has really essentially collected all types of receipts, and he's collecting receipts. He's going around the country right now collecting receipts from Paul Feinbaum, from multiple guys. I want to talk about that because they put an article up. Well, they put a couple of things out about him this past summer, and I think Lincoln Riley is making good right now on some of these receipts. Man, he is absolutely collecting on them. Also, I got a couple other news and note items I want to talk about as well. Let me just get this one out the way real quick. This one is really sad story coming out of LSU. It's going to be that big time running back that played against USC just the other day, John Emery. He's out for the season. Apparently, this didn't happen in the game, but this happened in practice yesterday, from my understanding. But he's out with an Achilles injury, which I think he dealt with before. So now he's dealing with it again. Listen, as I told you guys before, I got big respect for LSU, their players, specifically him, John Emery. He ran extremely hard. Look, it was straight up go time with him. And so I'm sad to hear that. I got respect for all these guys who they really essentially do put their lives on the line when they're playing that ball, man. So look, big prayers up to him. John Emery, he's out for the season. And also one other news and note item I want to talk about is real quick, our very own Kamari Ramsey. He got Lot Impact Player Trophy of the Week. Look, Kamari Ramsey, as I stated before, he closed in extremely fast. He's a big-time player. I told you if there was a pass that was on the outside, Kamari Ramsey came up, closed that gap extremely quick, and I see he is as advertised. So big shout out to him for that award. He got that award for the week, Player of the Week. Then, of course, I told you guys yesterday, Eric Gentry got recognized by the Big Ten as one of those guys, standout players, man. So look, those are a couple of news and note items as it relates to that. But real quick, I want to touch on this. This is Jakeem Stewart. You guys know that there was supposed to be a couple of announcements, as I stated, but I want to read this information, that this text I got as it relates to him, and I want to read it directly because I don't want to quote it wrong. One of them is this, that one of the announcements, I guess, could be nothing's guaranteed, but I'm just giving you information that could possibly, you guys hearing it here first, in the event that you guys hear it. But one of the information that I've heard, according to some rumors, is that he's leaving St. Augustine and he's getting ready to transfer to IMG Academy. Well, you say, how is that possible? It's not the middle of the season, it's still the beginning of the season. But I think IMG Academy, they took a quarterback 2 weeks before the season started. So I think he's getting ready to do that. And I think once he does that, this is the other text I got. Let's see if I can pull it up as it relates to him. Because if all this information is correct, it's straight up go time. Let's see. Yeah, he may end up reclassifying as well. That may be an announcement. This may be his last season in high school football. And they said his favorites right now, USC is in the league, Ohio State at number 2, and LSU at number 3. That's where it stands at right now. So, look, the fact that he's transferred to a school like IMG Academy, he's getting away from Louisiana. If this is possible, please don't go and say this is guaranteed. I'm just saying possible rumors that I heard that this is happening. This could be possibly one of the announcements. And this is coming from somebody out of Louisiana. So you would think that they would be close to the situation, a lot closer than where we are on the West Coast. Or, you guys can hit me in the comments. You guys can tell me what you think. But coming from an LSU person or Louisiana person, I'll say that. USC first, Ohio State second, and LSU is going to be third right now. And apparently he may be going to IMG Academy. So those may be a couple of announcements that we may be hearing. And the reclassification, according to this, is saying this may be his last year of high school football. It's pretty much they guaranteeing it almost, but we'll see what happens with that. Hopefully, as I stated, there were several recruits on the recruiting trail at this game, and I told you guys from get-go, I felt like if USC wins this game, I've always maintained the stance that Jakeem Stewart is going to be USC's. I mean, that's just it's not even going to be a question. And I felt like they just wanted to see a product on the field, and I think they absolutely seeing it now. So you guys can hit me in the comments on that. You guys can tell me what you think. Also, you guys remember Dalen McCutcheon, he committed to Florida State. And you guys know Florida State is currently lost in all the sauce right now. But Jalen McCutcheon, it was between USC and Florida State. And apparently, I guess he may be re-interested in USC. You guys know we got Romero Ison right now already committed to USC. We got Corey Sims. Of course, we got Tanuk Hines. And so I think we got Durain Morris as well out of the state of Tennessee. And he's like a, scat back / receiver / running back. So you add a guy like him, Dalen McCutcheon, that's just going to add more weapons. I mean, if you look at the way Miller Moss distributed that ball, you look at all the guys that were involved, Jacoby Lane, Deuce Robinson, Makai Lemon, Zachariah Branch, Kyron Hudson, all of these guys were involved in the offense. Makai Lemon, you got to know that that's appealing to any receiver right now, that they're going to get their guys involved like this. And you look at this offense compared to Florida State's offense, what would you do? You would be ready to jump ship right now, right? So that could be a thing that's possibly on the table as well. Now, the main thing that I want to get to right now, those were a couple of news and note items. We got some receipts that we wanted to bring up because this was the disrespect that we had to deal with in the summertime. All summer long, everybody carried the tune. We silenced the critics. USC, Lincoln Riley silenced the critics. You guys know I told you I've been screaming it, yelling it all summer long about USC. This is not the Lincoln Riley that you known as the former Lincoln Riley. This is a new one. He hired a new staff, and you cannot judge him based on that. However, when they ranked all of the coaches, they still had Lincoln Riley at the bottom of the barrel. And you look at it here. This was the 2024 top 25 season coaches. And this was the top 10 right here. But you see Kirby Smart here, Ryan Day, Dabo Swinney, Brian Kelly, Steve Sarkisian, Kyle Whittingham, Kalen DeBoer, Mike Norvell, Dan Lennon, and Lincoln Riley is the last one on that list. Now, let me just pick this apart real quick, because right now, all of these guys look absolutely ridiculous for making these type of comments. I can argue that Ryan Day hasn't done anything that Lincoln Riley has and hasn't done. And the fact that Ryan Day actually had a defensive coordinator, right? Lincoln Riley has never had a defensive coordinator. But you see what happens when he has a good defensive coordinator. The switch is turned on. Things get, are a little bit different. But you look at Ryan Day there at number 2, Kirby Smart 1, Dabo Swinney. We can just conclude that Dabo Swinney's lost in the sauce. We can't base him being currently good right now based on his past. Let's just do away with that. Dabo Swinney is lost in the sauce. Brian Kelly, they ranked him number 4. Is Lincoln Riley? Did Lincoln Riley outcoach him? Lincoln Riley absolutely outcoached Ryan Day the other day. I don't care. We can slice and dice whatever you want. But they got Brian Kelly on here as the 4th best coach. So those are 3 coaches right now that I'm naming: Ryan Day, Dabo Swinney, and yes, I'm saying Ryan Day because he's had access to the NIL. He's had access to a great defensive coordinator, but you still hadn't been able to win the big one. When you did the same thing that Lincoln Riley did. You went to the playoffs, but you haven't did anything, right? You had an opportunity against Georgia, and you lost the game. Yes, you were close, but look, you've done nothing that Lincoln Riley hasn't done already. So why should I conclude you? Why should I come to the conclusion that you're the better coach? You're not the better coach. And I'm bold about it now because I know that Lincoln Riley, he's proven it's like a totally different picture right now, night and day, as far as what Lincoln Riley has now compared to what he had in the past. And so Steve Sarkisian is going to be number 5. Then you see Kyle Whittingham, number 6. Kalen DeBoer, they have it number 7. And this was all for the summertime. We had to hear this crap all summer. Mike Norvell is going to be number 8. He's completely lost in the sauce right now. What's happening with Mike Norvell at Florida State? Can anybody tell me what's going on with that? Dan Lennon, number 9. He struggled with Idaho the other day. Can anybody explain that one to me? And then Lincoln Riley at number 10. You guys can hit me in the comment section, and I'll flip over to you guys and let you show you these guys what they did for them as far as the Big Ten rankings. The Big Ten coaches, they had Ryan Day number 1, Dan Lennon 2, Lincoln Riley number 3, James Franklin number 4. The disrespect, it was there, but now Lincoln Riley officially has the receipts. And look, I want to know from you guys. Hit me in the comments. Where do you guys think Lincoln Riley should be as head coaches right now? I think he's proven himself right now. Let me say something about that game the other day. That was a well-coached game. We saw no major penalties from the USC football Trojans. We saw no dumb things that players were doing. Everybody looks like they were organized. Everybody looked like they knew where they were going. Everything looks like it was all the way together, and that speaks to great coaching. It speaks to discipline. It speaks to unity. You guys can hit me in the comment section. You guys can tell me what you think. Listen, this is going to be – I didn't put that other clip up here. But this is going to be the last day that we kind of deal with anything as relates to this past week. This is a short week. So, look, it's hard to believe that it's Thursday now. So I am going to have to deal with Utah State on Friday. I've already started looking at some clips. Bryson Barnes is the quarterback. He's actually the quarterback that we faced while he was at Utah. They got a little running back, little scat back. He's small, but he's real quick, white. Broke for a little run. I got some clips of that. So we want to deal with that probably Friday. And we'll probably maybe Saturday morning. The game is at 8:00 at night. So we may do something even Saturday as well. But those are the news and no items, man. You guys can hit me in the comments. You guys already know where you can find me. It's USCJ32 on Instagram. It's USCJ32 on Twitter. Listen, I'm out of here. Everybody that comes on, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that share button. You guys already know where you can find me. It's USCJ32 on Instagram, USCJ32 on Twitter. Until later on, everybody stay blessed. Fight on, fight on, fight on.